And that's, one of those things I always tell clients, you never know when you're going to need a reentry permit. And because before I would say, listen, I've had cases where someone, goes home and gets some sort of disease and they're stuck in the hospital, or someone dies and they have like inheritance and have to fight out in court for a year. They can't leave. It's like, just get the reentry permit beforehand. Now I'm going to add a pandemic might happen and you might not get on a plane. At least get that 2 years out of it to hold you over. But one issue with reentry permits is there's no biometrics appointments. I have one I filed in August. I still don't have a biometrics appointment for them. They left. They had school in a foreign country in Russia. So they left. And I'm like, well, just when we get biometrics notice, come back. And 8 months have gone, no biometrics. And so it's such a bizarre situation.
Yeah. And I think Nicholas, one of your subscribers, knows this very well. It's a lot about how you present the case and who you know in the situation. And we're talking about like relationships that go completely under the radar that people don't expect, right? So like these consular, let's talk about biometrics first, right? These biometrics officers, they're day in, day out doing their job and trying to implement pandemic policies. But these exceptional circumstances happen over and over again, and especially with this pandemic. So we file these reentry permits, and sometimes the clients need to leave the country within 10 days, but they can't stay for 3 months or 4 months, wait for the biometrics, wait for the reentry permit. But if you have a good case, you can bring it to these biometrics officers and let them know, and we can appeal their case to the biometrics officer. And oftentimes these biometric officers would grant an exception to do a biometric stamp without even the appointment notice, right? So if you can get an appointment notice, great. But if you can't get it, a lot of times they're able to issue one. And we've been doing that for the past year for so many people because of the pandemic. So
is it going directly to the ASC and asking, or calling the hotline and requesting an expedite?
Both and, right? It's good to do the phone line first to see if you can get to a tier 2 officer, get an expedited biometrics appointment, because once you have that, then the ASC will probably listen to you. But if you don't have that, the ASC, it's still discretionary. And so, having a good relationship with our local ASC officers, we have clients flying from New York. The cases were filed in New York, but they'll fly all the way here because they were able to get an expedited appointment at the biometrics center.
You've done it with no receipts too?
Yes.
Yeah. How's that with the system, or?
Because we know it's in the system. We have the case number. We just don't have the receipt and the appointment notice.
I see.
Yeah, but it's just loitering, right? It's just we make a good case, why it's so exceptional and why they really need this biometrics appointment stamp, or else they can't leave. And then once that's done, then they fly out. And then once the reentry permit comes in, then we mail it to them.
That's wonderful. And like, you have some general scenarios of where they found that the emergency was enough. Would going to school reasons be enough, or is it more hardcore like reasons?
Medical, they love medical reasons, huge pending case trials, an important board meeting that's going to affect international transactions and business and commerce. These are all very good reasons. But if it's just like, oh, my kid's going to be delayed in school for a couple of weeks, usually doesn't quite cut it. You want to help them build an extreme hardship case.
Yeah. Wow, that's great information. So thank you so much for coming on. I think people who watch this are going to be like blown away. And the relationship is so important. Like same with CBP or local CBP, knowing who the chiefs are and stuff goes a long way. They don't break the rules or anything, but at least they'll listen to you a little more or be more open to hearing you out. So that's that. If you have a relationship with consular officers, that'd be wonderful. And I guess that overseas office helps that, because we're so detached from it here. It's not something we can pull off. Whereas especially if you're focused on one particular consulate or embassy constantly, those relationships over time develop, because they'll see your names popping up and it just comes up. They have open houses sometimes. You go and visit and talk with. It's all relationships, and